what we're going to talk about in this class. Let's quickly talk. I dropped this course outline in the group. Right, it's for you to go through it at your own leisure time. So here is what we have, and we are going to meet about 2 to 3 lecturers that will take us from the total basics to advance of everything. And if you read, this syllabus is built by Digital World Tech Academy, so you can just read a little bit of information about that, right? And I think here we have some images of students, and I think my image is here. There's one image that was here where I wore. This is me right here. This is me again. This is me again. This is me again. This is my partner. Right? These are my partner. Myself, Alex, Kingsley, and Larry. Right? These are some of my team member, and the person that is responding to your message is Madam Lucy. She's here, and a lot of other people. You are going to meet Mr. AK. Ayo is not here, but you are going to meet a lot of other people. Mr. Jide is also not here. But these are some of the pictures from our classrooms. So, and you can see that I'm very black. If you see me on the road, you might not know me, right? It's not every time that we drive, so most of the time, especially if I'm going to somewhere that I don't know for the first time, I enter bus. You know, Lagos life now, you jump buses. So you don't want to miss that lifestyle. All right. So it's not every time you are doing big man. And sometimes it's just like, I'm not going out with car today. I just want to jump. All right. So that's that. But most of my time, I always spend it at home, right? If I'm not in the office, I'll be at home taking classes or working on projects. That's basically what I do. I don't go to clubs or those things. I don't really do that. So it's not every time you see me outside. Most of my time, I always at home. If I'm not at home, I will be in the office. If I'm not in the office, maybe I'll go for corporate training. So before you can see me out, maybe I'm going for corporate training or something, a special meeting or something. So if it is not morning, I don't leave my vicinity, like from office to house. But if you give me money that I should come to Abuja tomorrow, you see me. It's money that drives me. Or else you fuel car now. It's money that we use. All right, so let's talk about what we're gonna do in this class. So this class is 2 hours per day, minimum. And at max, we spend 3 hours sometimes or more than that. And it's going to last for 6 weeks, and it's 4 hours per week. That is every minimum of 4 hours per week, every Friday and Saturday, right? Every Friday and Saturday. So you are going to meet a lot of other lecturers too. You are going to meet Mr. Ife from tomorrow, right? Mr. Ife, that is another big expert in freelancing and using Fiverr. Is a guru in Fiverr. He's a cybersecurity expert, but he focused on Fiverr. You know, remember in the webinar I said I have people that use Fiverr very well. I don't really use Fiverr like that, but I use Upwork more. But I have Fiverr account. So you are going to meet Mr. Ife that will take you in that part, Fiverr and Upwork, right? Then resume creation. Let's talk about that. Now, if you come down here now to the course overview, the very first aspect we are going to focus on is setting up our monetization toolkit. That is actually the very first aspect we are going to focus on. The very first aspect we are going to focus on. So we are going to start with introduction to portfolio creation. If you remember in our webinar, I showed you a portfolio whereby we put our project. Let me see if I can show you again. Right, let me try to maximize the screen. Let me log into my GitHub account. All right. So remember I showed you something like this. Let me go to my repositories. So now how to set up something that looks like this, where you can upload your project, right? So how you can do something that looks like this. This project updated 5 days ago, and the likes how you can do something that looks like this. This is on Python. This is, I think, Power BI. This is VBA project. This is using R, right? This is VBA project. A lot of projects that you are going to see right here, and I have multiple repositories, not just Excel alone, not just this one alone. This one is actually the one that I used to apply for some specific project, right? I have another one that I used to apply for a random project, right? I have multiple repositories, right? It depends on the type of project that I want to apply for. That's how we determine the portfolio that I will send to that person, right? If I'm applying for a project that is basically Python, so I have a repository which contains only Python project, right, that I will send to that person. If it is on R, I have a repository which focus only on R that I will send to that person. If it is on Excel, I have repository which focus only on Excel that will send to the person. If it is Power BI, if it is SQL, I have a repository whereby I store each of them, I group it. But this one is just the general repository that I just created, right, based on request, right, based on a project that I wanted to apply for, right, and I just put all these my projects there. There are about 7 projects that I put right here. You can see 7 repositories that I put right here. And this is, I intentionally do this because the projects talk about you must have knowledge on Python, you must have knowledge on Excel, right? You must have knowledge on VBA, you must have knowledge on Power BI, and you must have knowledge on R, right? That's why I created this repository specifically for that project, because here now you can see I have a Python project there. I think this is a Power BI project, terrorist attack in Nigeria 2016, right? This is case study automation project. I use Excel for it, right? This is R, domestic animal indirect contact analysis per village with R, right? You can see the program that I use here, R program. And this is VBA. We have to open it now. This project that I did, that I showed you on Excel, let me show you again. This one that I said, this CGPA calculator that I have here is the same project that I uploaded here. And I think I have the modules here which contains the code that I use. You can see right here, this is the VBA code that I use for that particular project. You can see second semester, which is, if you look at it, first semester, second semester, third semester. Now, this is the code, right, that I use for that one, right? So it's part of, and I remove some basic information from it just to avoid the some kind of people reading other people's information, right? So this is a project I did on VBA. Now, this is what we call repository, right? This is a portfolio. So we are going to talk about how you can create something like this. You can create as many portfolio as possible. Now, if you work on any project, you put it on your portfolio. So we are going to talk about introduction to portfolio, how to create your own portfolio, right? Creating your own portfolio, right? How you can have something that looks more like this, how to upload a project on your portfolio, case different thing, right? We are going to talk about it in this class, right? I think tomorrow that is what Mr. Ife will start with, right? The next thing is resume creation and type of resume. So we are going to talk about resume creation and types of resume. That will be next week. If you're starting with this tomorrow with Mr. Ife, then portfolio will be the next thing, right? Depends on the one he wants to start with. So you can decide to start with portfolio tomorrow or resume creation. Now, the last thing is LinkedIn optimization. I wanted to show you, I have multiple LinkedIn accounts that depends on what I'm applying for. Remember I said if I'm sending out a proposal on my Upwork, if I'm sending out a proposal on my Upwork, I don't just send out proposal on Upwork alone. I send out proposal on LinkedIn too. So if your LinkedIn is not fully optimized, right? So you can see I'm using a premium account, right? I'm using a premium account whereby I have network. Let me see. Precious. I don't just apply. Microsoft invited you to subscribe. Shell invited you to do all this one. I don't just follow people anyhow. I don't just do this. Okay, now if you look at this person, I have this Ahmed sister, see that, right? This is an example of me telling you that, okay, I send out. Now you can see Excel dashboard automation reports. Now I, Adam, apologies for unexpected message. I came across your dashboard project on Upwork and couldn't help but reach out. Right? You can see here now. Like I said, are you noticing something? I don't just send out proposal on Upwork alone, right? I've already sent out this proposal on Upwork, right? But I still come here to this LinkedIn to send out this proposal again to the same person, right? On this, so that even if, and it's not just only this LinkedIn account, I also sent it to his email too, right? I also sent it to his email. So if your LinkedIn is not fully optimized, there's no way you'll be able to do this, right? So let me go to my own profile. I actually need to verify. So let me view profile. So if I view my profile now, you can see right here at the back, it contains Digital World Tech Academy, which is the brand that I work, right? Now, if you look at this, Sani Akim Abiodun, and I basically put it here, I'm a data analyst, data scientist, business analyst, and Facebook ads expert, right? You can see I don't really have much connection, but I have 67 followers. Now you can get my contact info, right? Now, if your LinkedIn is not fully optimized, right? You can see I have my top skills here and I have my about here, right? I have my about right here. If your LinkedIn is not fully well optimized, then you can't be sending out proposal right here. You can't be sending out proposal right here. So we are going to talk about LinkedIn optimization. We are going to be talking about LinkedIn optimization. That is part of your setting up your monetization toolkit, right? Your LinkedIn must be fully optimized. Now, it's not only this account that I use to send messages. I still have like 2 other accounts on LinkedIn that I use to send proposal, right? Think I have one more here. Let me see if I can get that out. Let me just see if I can. I still have like 2 more that I used to send out proposals, right? We're going into Digital World Tech Academy. So let me see my LinkedIn account here. Saved job. Now here too, you can see here I have saved job, which means I don't just apply for jobs only on Upwork. I also apply for job right here, right? I also apply for jobs right here. And if I come here, sometimes when I was hiring, it still put hiring here for me. And I was hiring my PA. So I'll just remove it. Now, if you look at it, here I put I'm a digital marketer, data analyst, data scientist, and a cybersecurity expert. Do you see the difference now? Now, if I want a gig on digital marketing, which one do you think I'll use? If I want a gig on cybersecurity, which one do you think I'll use? I'm going to use this, right? But you can see I still put it inside it that, okay, I also do this, right? But if you look at this first now, digital marketing, which means this account now, right, I use it for more of digital marketing. So I just put this one here, right? I recently put it here because right now I will remove this one because I don't want to use it to apply for digital marketing gig again. I've created a new LinkedIn account that is basically focused only on digital marketing. That is what I will use to apply for digital marketing gig, right? Now, this is when we were hiring digital graphic designer. You can see my about, I put more of my skills here, more of my skills right here, more of my skills right here, right? So I put more of my skills here, but I don't really use this one. This is not the one that I really use. I just use this one to apply for digital marketing gig. Do you get it now? If I even have two messages, I'll come back to it. I even have I just use this to apply for digital marketing gig. Now, this is the advantage of having a LinkedIn account that is fully optimized, well optimized, right? So that you can use it to send proposal, not just sending proposal on Upwork alone, not just sending proposal on Upwork alone, right? It's not just about sending proposal on your Upwork alone. You can see most of my time I'm always here. And this is just posted 17 seconds ago. Power BI reports. I'm coming back to apply for this job. I have two saved jobs that I've yet to apply for, right? Now, this is, I don't just apply here, right? I don't just apply for this page, for gigs here. I also what? I'm sorry. Just I also what? I also apply. Let me see this person's name so that I was able to. Okay. Now I also send the same proposal to people on LinkedIn. Now, if my LinkedIn is not optimized, then there's no way that they are going to read my information. Right now, are you getting it? Are people still here? Are you still here? Yes or no? Are you getting it? Let's talk now. Are you sleeping? Hey, all right. It's just few people. What about others? All right. Now, after LinkedIn optimization, now I'm showing you the importance of all this so that you know the reason why you are creating the account, right? You will know the reason why you are creating. We are not doing any practical today, right? We are not doing any practical today. I'm just showing you what you are going to learn and why each of these accounts is important. Do you understand? The next thing is now talking about introduction to freelancing, how you can create your Fiverr account, and I'm supposed to add Upwork here, right? Fiverr and Upwork accounts, how to create gigs on Fiverr account, right? Right? How to get your first data analysis, data entry and data analysis gig. So most of the time, my students tends to get more of data entry gig, right? They tend to get more of data entry gig. Like in their first month, if they intensify effort within 1 month, they can get their first data entry gig. Like I said, this thing is all about taking action, right? It's all about what? Taking action. If you learn everything and you don't take action, then you are not going to make any money from it. You are not going to make any money from it. So if you don't take action, right, you are not going to make any money from this thing. So you actually need to take action. Do you understand? So now, how do you get projects you are going to post on your portfolio, right? You are going to get there. Now, after setting up your monetization toolkit, which are all these, your Fiverr and Upwork account, creating LinkedIn optimization, creating a professional resume. Now, this resume, that is your CV. This resume, when do we actually need the resume? Your resume is needed, especially when you are sending out something like a proposal to people's email, right? They can ask you for your resume. That is why I included this. That is why I put this here. They can ask you for your what? For your resume. That's why this is part of our course. That is why this is part of our course. So they can ask you for your resume. So how to create your resume. So we are going to talk about that also in class. Do we all know resume? That is your CV, right? Your CV, how you can create it. Now, after we are done with setting up your monetization toolkit. So in setting up your monetization toolkit, Mr. Ayo will be the one that will take you, that is Mr. Ifeoluwa, will be the one that will take you through that journey, right? It will be the one that will take you through that journey. Then after that, you start your intro. After you've created everything, right? You've created your GitHub account, you've created your CV, your website, your LinkedIn is fully optimized, right? You've created your Fiverr and Upwork account. Now you have to verify your Upwork account before you can start using it. Now, if your Upwork account is not verified, you won't be able to apply for projects. You won't be able to apply for projects. So you will need something like international passport or a driver's license. Do you understand? So you need something like a driver's license or international passport to verify your Upwork account. So for me, I use my own driving license to verify my Upwork account, right? But if you like, you can, if you have international passport, you can use it. If you have your driver's license, you can use it. And it varies based on your country. So the moment you create it, they are going to show you what you need to verify. Now, I must tell you this before we go forward. Now, before you can apply for a gig, you must have Connect. You must have Connect. And if you look at my own account, I have 80 Connect. I have, what about regulatory ID? I actually don't know about that one, but the one that they ask, right, based on what I saw, right, is their your, what is it called? Your driver's license, your, they ask for international passports too, right? They ask for international passport, they ask for your driver's license, right? So you can use any of the two. So they recommended those two. Those are the two that they recommended. So and your driver's license must not, it must not expired, right? You must use an active driver's license, and if it is international passport, you use the one that is active. Now, back here. Now, Connect here, this Connect, that's what you use to apply for gig, right? So we buy Connect here. We buy Connect here. So for me, I have 80 Connect, right? I have to tell you this. Before you can apply, each project have their own Connect. Now, you can see this one now. For me to send a proposal for this one, I need how many Connect? 13 Connect. And I have 80 Connect. I used to have about 100 and something Connect, but I applied for gig recently. And you can see I'm still very much available for gig. Now, this Connect, you buy it. That's what you use to send contract, to send proposal, right? Now, if you go to this Connect, 10 Connect is $1.50, right? You can buy multiple Connects, right? If it is 300 Connects, which is $45. If it is $37, right? But if you are just getting started, right, you can just buy like 80 Connect, 100 Connect, which is $15, right? But for me, I started with how much? 150 Connect, right? Which is $22. Now, this is a sacrifice you have to make. You have to make, right? This is a sacrifice you have to make. So you pay for this for you to send proposal. But Upwork, on Fiverr, you don't pay, you don't buy Connect. That's the disadvantage. But here now, on Fiverr, they are coming to buy your gig. You are not the one interacting directly with the people that wants you to do the job, right? So with the clients are coming to buy your gig. So if they need you, then they'll come to you and send you a DM that, okay, I want you to do this job for me. Do you understand now? But on Upwork, you are sending out proposal. Wow, this is 7 minutes. Come on, I'm supposed to apply for this job. I'm supposed to apply. This person has spent over 10K. Sorry, let me quickly save this. I'm coming back to apply. Power BI. Now, I apply for a lot of jobs, right? Because there's a lot of people that are applying. And here I still have just less than 5 proposals. Come on, I can get this job. I can get this job. I'm coming back for that. I'm coming back after the class. I'll come and apply. I can get this job. This is just 5. Now, it's not, let me tell you, freelancing is not get rich quick scheme. There are sometimes whereby you send, now, before you can get your very first, especially if you are new, if you are yet to get any gigs before, it's not going to be that easy, right? If you see anybody, remember that in the webinar I was telling you, if you are lazy, don't even bother. You have to do a lot of sacrifice. But I can tell you, the moment you get your first gig, if God will help you, you get a contract gig whereby they will take you for 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, right? They can pay you higher, right? But getting your first gig is like the hardest, right? Is like the hardest. But the moment you get your first gig, then subsequently you'll be getting more gigs. Do you understand? You'll be getting more and more gigs. That is more and more projects. Do you get it now? So getting your gig is actually getting your first gig is like the hardest part. But the moment you get your gig, then you get your first gig, then you can keep on promoting and promoting. Like you can see this person now. I'm currently not doing anything. The web design gig that I got, I've given it to someone to do it for me. So I've given it to someone to do it for me, right? So I'm very, very free. And you can see my availability badge has been on since on Wednesday. I don't know what is happening this day. I've not gotten any gig. I've not gotten any projects since this week. Though I did not really have much time to send out proposal. I sent about 6 proposals this week. I used to send more than 6 proposals like in a week. You sent more than 6 proposals. But currently now I don't have any active contract. I don't have anything I'm just chilling. I'll just go to the office, come back home, chill and sleep and study. And do. So, but I'm taking up this gig. Now pull from PDF to blah, 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 blah. All this one. All these ones are just basic thing. This person has spent over 40K. Sorry, let's go back. I'm not teaching Upwork. I know a lot of people are there now looking at what are you doing. Don't worry, you understand. I'm not teaching Upwork today. Are you people feeling me? That's how I live my life now. Are you still feeling me? Yes or no? So don't worry. That's how I live my life. Right? I play a lot. Even though you can see if I'm in class, I play a lot. Life is not hard. Right? Okay, so after setting up your monetization toolkit, I'll still go back and apply you. After setting up your monetization toolkit, the next thing is you are going to start with the practical aspect itself. The practical aspect itself, right? So you are going to spend about 3 weeks here, 3 weeks here in setting up your monetization toolkit. I will repeat. Please take action. Take what? Take action. Don't just come to class, learn and leave it there, right? Take action. Now you are going to start with introduction. So this one, Mr. Ife will be the one that will take you, but you see me in class sometimes also. Probably I might be the one that will take the Upwork, right? Or Mr. Ife will take it, or the Fiverr. I can take any of those. Now here you are going to meet. You can either meet me or you meet Mr. AK, right? Introduction to data analysis. Introduction to data analysis. It will be the one that will take you everything here. Introduction to data analysis overview, types of data analysis, benefit of data analysis processes, right? You're going to learn that. Then you are going to start from the total basics of Excel. Remember I said we are starting from the total basics, right? From the word total basics. So we are starting from introduction to Excel. That's Microsoft Excel window, the workbook, creating and saving workbook, correcting the content of workbook. So basically data entry, right? And with this now, if you can do like, if you after learning this, if you can do like 5 or 6 data entry, you can start applying for gigs here. All you just have to do is search for data entry gig, right? Just search for data entry gig. They don't really request for much proposal from much what is this project, right? Much portfolio for your what is it called, for data entry gig, right? So you can start applying for gigs maybe after first 4 or 5 weeks, right? You can create your Fiverr account and start putting out content there too. So then after your data entry, we are going to go into Excel formulas. Like I said, you are going to learn over 50 Microsoft Excel formula. So this aspect, Mr. AK will still be the one that will be taking you through the basics of Excel, right? We are going to start with addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, sum, product, count, count A, count blanks, max, mean, right? We are going to talk about all these formulas, right? Then we'll go into logical function. We'll go into logical function, talking about if, right? Nested ifs, advanced cell reference, absolute cell reference, relative cell reference, mixed cell reference, right? So we're going to talk about that. Then we are going to talk about statistical function, right? Count ifs, sum ifs, average ifs, sequence, right? We're going to talk about all those one. Now, if you don't have latest Excel on your laptop, the Excel that will be good for this class will be Excel 2021 or Office 365. I will advise you, if you can get 2021 or Office 365, it will be the best for this, because some of these formula are not going to be in the lower version of Excel, like 2016, 2013. For instance, this sequence now, you won't see it in the lower version of Excel. Now, let's move forward. You are going to go into lookup and reference function, right? Here we're going to talk about conditional formatting, sort, filtering, date filter, number filter, text filter, right? VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, XLOOKUP. This XLOOKUP also, if you don't have the latest Excel, you won't get XLOOKUP. So if you have Excel on your system, all you just have to do is go to your Excel, and for you to check the version of your Excel, go to File, right? Come to Account. So here you will see the version that you are using. This is my own personal account. You can see Akim at smartcontroller.onmicrosoft.com, and I'm using the latest version. And you can see updates are automatically downloaded and installed. So because of what I'm doing and because of training, I make sure that every single time my Excel is always what? Updating. It's always updating and updating and updating. Do you understand? So, but for you, if you have Office 365, which is this one, is fine. But if you don't have this, you can get 2021. That is also fine. How do we download it? You can't get Excel for free. You can take your laptop to software engineer to install it for you. But if you don't have any, just wait. Mr. Ike will tell you how you can do the installation. So I don't do installation again because of my own time, right? I don't have that time to do installation. So, but Mr. Eke will show you how to install, right? So now, if you have Excel on your system, just go ahead and type equals to. Once you check the version, if you see maybe it's 2016 or 2019, you might not be able to do XLOOKUP. But for you to be sure, just type XLOOKUP. If you don't see it popping up like this, that means you don't have it on your laptop, right? That means you don't have it on your Excel. But it's one of the important formulas, because if you check out these projects that is here, the person specified, you can see VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, pivot table. They are one of the most important functions in Excel, right? They are one of the most important functions in Excel that you have to know. So it's very, very important for you to know VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP. Very, very important for you to know. So after that, we talk about index and match. We talk about unique also, the function of unique. We are going to talk about that. Then after that, we go into the date functions. You go into the date function, where we are going to talk about today, now, e-date, EO month, date, right? Days, day, month, work day, weekday, days, and year, right? That is in the date and time functions. Then after that, we talk about the text function, where we are going to be talking about concatenate, right? Text, len, mid, right, left, trim, lower, upper, proper, text before, text after, text join, right? We are going to talk about all those ones. Text split, substitute, text to column, flash fill. I'm going to talk about all those ones, right? Then after all the formulas, you might get to meet Miss Zainab or Mr. Jide that will take you from this aspect, how to forecast in Microsoft Excel, forecasting, right? What if analysis, all those ones, we are going to take you from this point. After the what? The formulas. Now you can see, it's still a long way. Now, after that, you go into data visualization with Microsoft Excel. Data visualization with Microsoft Excel. Now, you don't have to be scared. At the end of each class, you are going to be getting assignments. You are going to be getting, especially in this practical, at the end of each class in the practical section, the moment you start your Excel, you are going to be getting your assignment. You are going to be getting projects, right? You are going to get a lot of classworks also for you to become a better person, for you to practice. The only thing you have to do for me is to make sure that you practice. Please make sure that you practice. Practice and practice and practice and practice. Do you understand? So after that, you when we get to data visualization, we are going to talk about create and name a table. So you meet Mr. Jide here, right? Table header and replacing column letter, propagating formulas in a table. How can you use formula in a table? How can you resize table? How can you remove duplicates? How to convert a table to range? Table style options, right? Then after table, you go into shapes. How to work with shapes, right? How to work with shapes, how to create a dashboard template, creating pivot table. Well, how can you create pivot table? Specifying the type of data you want inside your pivot table. How to change pivot table calculations, right? Filtering and sorting in pivot table. Creating a pivot chart. Grouping item in pivot table. How can you do all those things? Right, let's move further. Updating a pivot table, formatting a pivot table, using slicer and timeline to create an interactive dashboard. So at this point, you will have started creating dashboard. How can you use slicer and timeline to create a dashboard, right? To make your dashboard dynamic, to make it interactive. How can you do that? Charts, how to work with charts. Here we are going to talk about a whole lot of charts, different type of charts that you can work with, different type of charts that you can work with, because it's not just about creating visualization and picking charts anyhow, right? So we are going to talk about each chart, when to use it and how to use it, right? That's what we are going to talk about here. How to create a static dashboard, a dashboard that does not have any. Let me show you an example. Let me show you an example of, do I have any static dashboard? Let me see. I think I have one in my project folder. Sorry. Kind of looking for something. I think it's this supermarket project. Is that it? Yeah. Now you can see a dashboard that I created, right? I created a dashboard for a supermarket in New York. Not just New York, it's not just New York that they have branch. Now, if you look at something like this, right? Now, this is what we call slicer, right? When you click on it, now you can see effect of it, right? You can see that it's changing. This is an example of interactive dashboard. This is an example of interactive dashboard. So how to create something that looks more like this, so that the moment the person is clicking on something, right, things are changing, right? Things are changing. They are interacting with it. And we can still make it much more dynamic, right? Much more dynamic than this, right? So this is an example of an interactive dashboard. Now, a static dashboard, let me see if I have one static dashboard. Let me see. No, not here. let me see if I have a static dashboard. Let me see this one. If I have a static dashboard. Now, this is another example of this is a static dashboard. Now you can see I cannot interact with this dashboard, right? I cannot interact with this dashboard. I cannot interact at all with this dashboard. Why does okay? I cannot interact with this dashboard. This is a static dashboard. A dashboard. Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, there's slicer here. There's slicer. This is also an interactive dashboard whereby I can click on something to change something. So this is an example of an interactive dashboard. But a static dashboard is a dashboard that you cannot interact with. So we are going to talk about that when we get to when we get there. So you don't have to worry. I'm just showing you an example. So after this, you are going to take your exam, right? You are going to take your exam. Then with that, with all these things that I mentioned, you will be able, you will not only be a guru in Excel, but you also be a data analyst. You also be able to create all those things that I just showed you now, right? All those things that I just showed you, then you will be able to create it. A static dashboard, interactive dashboard, right? You'll be able to create it. You'll be able to generate insight from your data. Do we all understand this? How many of us are ready for this journey? I'm going to tell you. If you want to back out now, please do. It's not going to be an easy journey. It's not going to be an easy journey. It's a lot of practical. A lot of practical. So, how many of us are ready now? Are you sure you are ready for it? This will take you overnight. There are some nights whereby you don't sleep. Like, I'm used to it now. I'm used to it. My eyes, like days, there are a lot of days whereby till two, even though up till now, I find it very hard to sleep at night. Very, very hard to sleep at night because I'm used to it. I'm very much used to it. Like not sleeping at night. Right? So it's going to take a lot of nights, right? A lot of nights for you to sit up, practice, and practice, and practice, and practice. Do you understand? You have to prepare yourself for this, right? You have to prepare yourself for this. Like I said in the webinar, this class is not for people that are lazy. You can see there are jobs available, right? There are jobs available. You don't have to be scared. You don't have to be scared. I'm just telling you the reality. I'm just telling you the reality. You want to start making money online? They are there. Jobs are here, right? Jobs are here on Fiverr, on Upwork, different on LinkedIn, right? If you go to your LinkedIn, and I'm going for jobs, right? Let's say I want to search for not my job. Let me search for job. Let's search for data analysis. Data analysis, right? Let me search for it. Now, data analysis, right? Now, let's say I want to like filter. This is my premium account. My job, date posted, experience level, company. Now you can see what I have here is what I want. If it is, this is the only one that I apply for, remote job. I don't have time to be doing on-site or hybrid. I don't want on-site or hybrid. I want only remote. So I go for remote, right? Now if I go for remote, now you can see data entry specialist. Data entry specialist. This is one. Data entry specialist. The moment you learn basic, this is not even Upwork. Oh. This is LinkedIn. Later, people will come to me that they did not see job. This is LinkedIn, right? This is LinkedIn, and it's purely remote and it's on contracts. It's telling me over 100 applicants. If I apply for this one, I'm going to get it. It's not mouth because I don't do data entry again. Sef. But let's say I need money or that I want to apply, I'm going to get it because I don't see anybody that will be able that will match me in data entry. What do you want to enter? How can you compete with me? You chop me, you won't compete with me. In data entry. Remote finance research analyst. This is another one. Python flags intern. This one is looking for internship. I don't go for intern. Only then they find their intern, they go. So let's scroll down. Why is it not scrolling down? Okay, here. Data, and you are good in data entry. There are jobs here you can apply. This is a data analyst. This is fully remote, right? Product growth data analyst, web development, I'm not, risk analyst, business intelligence analyst, right? Remote, data quality, junior marketing analyst, operation intern, all this one, senior data analyst, rent money, right? And they are just recommending this job for me. Rent money, do you know rent money? How many people know rent money? This rent money. Rent money, do you know them? I've seen their ad like 1 million times. They are into all this loan app and stuff. Junior data analyst, this is one thing that you can also start with. You can start with junior data analyst, right? Data specialist, paid online market research, right? Sales operation, all these ones, they are remote. They are remote. Data engineer, all these ones are remote that you can apply for, right? They are remote that you can just apply for, right? And even your experience level, let's say I'm interested in these two, intern and entry level, fine, 110 results, right? This entry level, all these ones now, they are entry level. They are entry level, right? They are what? They are entry level. That, and they are fully remote. They are remote that you can do, right? But let's leave that. So let me take one or two. That's all we are going to cover. Are you guys seeing opportunities? Yes or no? Are you all seeing opportunity in this class? This is just our first day. Are you seeing opportunities? When I said creating opportunities, right? Opportunities. Opportunities. And people will come back, there's no job. But here are jobs on LinkedIn, jobs on Upwork that are waiting for people to apply. See a lot of opportunity. But the very first thing is, do you even have the skill? Do you have the skill to apply for it? Right? Do you have the skill? If you don't have the skill, then the opportunity will just be going. Right? You need to study. You really need to study. How many hours do you want to commit yourself to studying every single day? Like for me, after this class, by 12, I start studying by 12, then I stop around 2. If I have any project from 2 to like 4, I work on it before I sleep, wake up around 8 or 9 the next day, prepare, go to the office. If I don't have anything to do at office, I'm reading, right? If I'm not reading, I'm watching a tutorial. If I'm not watching a tutorial, I'm writing proposal, I'm sending proposal, right? So I'm sending proposal, I'm doing a whole lot of other things, right? Can you actually do this? So it's not just about you sitting down and imagine like someone else. I have a friend that graduated with first class, and the guy was like, people like us, companies should be coming to us. They should be coming and look for us. I told you, just sit down there, right? Just sit down there. You will see the company that will come and knock on your door. The company will come and knock on your door, right? Whereby there are people here that are taking action. You can even see this one is still less than 5, right? You can see, if you see some project, you see 100 people. This is also less than 5, right? Right? You will see less than 5. And all this creates a sample Power BI report. All these ones are just things that you can just apply for, right here. They are just things that you can apply for. But I'm not telling you that it's going to be that easy. Microsoft Excel dashboard needed. That is an example of a dashboard that I showed you earlier, right? Something that looks like this. The dashboard I showed you earlier, dashboard, right? Something like this. This dashboard, right? No problem. My student used to say that. I always take classes. All right. So if you have any question on this, please let me know. If you have any question, please let me know. Any question, suggestion, whatever you have, please raise your hand before we call it a day. Raise your hand, raise your hand before we call it a day. Questions, suggestions, um, any question at all, anything, you can drop it in the chat now or raise your hand to speak or whatever you want to talk about. Please, you can raise your hand or drop it in the chat before we call it a day. All right, I have Vivian. Vivian, please unmute.
All right, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Okay. Please, you mentioned something about what was it called? Driving license and the international passport for
Yeah,
verification, right?
yes,
That means
Upwork.
if we don't have the for Upwork, right? If we don't have those two, we cannot be verified. No other means of identification is needed there.
Yes. There are other forms, right? There are other form of identification, but the two major ones that they recommended, Nigerians, I don't know, they are the one that it's kind of very hard to verify Upwork if you are in Nigeria. It's kind of very hard, right? To verify on Upwork. So if you have driver's license or international passport, that is the one that you can easily be verified. Like when I wanted to verify my account, I spent it took me like a week to verify. Do you understand? It took me like a week. But if you don't verify your Upwork, you can get gigs on this on LinkedIn too, right? On LinkedIn, it's not just about
Okay,
Upwork alone. You can get gigs on LinkedIn. You can create your Fiverr account. Do you understand? You can use
yeah,
Fiverr and LinkedIn if you don't have
okay,
driver's license or international passport.
okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah,
That's fine. Thank you very much.
you're welcome. All right, someone said, how do I confirm the version of on my system? If you come version of Excel, right? If you come to your Excel, go to file, right? If you click on file, click on accounts, right? You're going to see the version of Excel. Yes, you'll get the replay tonight. Do you get it? You get the version of Excel that you're using. All right, so let me close my Excel completely. Let me open it again. Right, so the moment you open your Excel, you can come here and click on account directly, or you click on black workbook so that you have the spreadsheet open. Just come here, file, and click on account. Right, so you're going to see the version of Excel you are using. All right, is there any other question from anybody before we call it a day? Do we have any other question before we call it a day? If you have a question, please ask. If you have a question, please ask now. Can my 2013 version carry majority of this program? 2013 version of Excel is too low. Please try to update it. It's too low. 2013 is too low. Please try to update it. How do I start my own study on these topics? It's a live class and it's starting tomorrow, but you can go to the LMS, right? You can watch the video on the LMS. So if you go to you should have received access to your LMS because everybody that has been given access. So just click on the you will receive the receipt on your mail. Then your login detail will be there. I showed you that on during in the webinar. So just click on student login. Then once you log in, you can start going through the videos. What about 2021 version? Fantastic. It's great. It's great. The only thing you need is just Excel. Click on my course 360. Yeah, you can still try it. Click on study. Then you can start going through it. Right? You can start going through it. All right. Is there any question? Is there any question? Is there any question? My Excel 2016 version. I'll advise you update it because I'm very sure 2016 does not have XLOOKUP. It does not have sequence. So I'll advise you update it. I'll advise you update it. Okay, I have Shakira Adeusi. Please unmute.
Hello, good evening.
Good
My
evening, ma'am.
question is, eh?
I said good evening, ma'am.
Okay, good evening. I want to ask, my question is that the password given to us for that account, why is
Mhm.
it that we cannot change it?
You
That's
can
my
change it
question.
now. You can change it. You can change your password now.
Okay,
You can change it.
okay. All right then.
All right. I think here, if you come to this my profile, you come to my profile. This is my profile. Just click on it. Then you can enter a new password. You can even put your image there. Right? You can enter a new password and put your image there. Do you understand? All you just have to do is click on save changes. You can change it. You can change it. Updating cost how much? I don't know. I told you I don't do installation again. So I don't know. All right, Mr. Ibrahim Usman, please unmute.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, boss.
Sorry, I couldn't make up to meet up with the time. So I sent just a message trying to see what you advise for somebody, how you can cope up if someone has missed the class. I just joined towards the end
There will
here
be
now.
replay. The replay of tonight's class will be dropped in the group. Do you
Okay,
understand?
I actually expected that too.
Yeah, you will get the replay tonight.
I expected that. Okay. I will go through and see what I can do. And I heard that you've been talking about Excel versions 2016, 365, and so. What of those, all these cracked versions and so on? Are they able to do that, or you must have a joining Windows on your system and all that?
What do you say?
I say, how are those using all these cracked versions and so on? Are you going to be able to access all these things, or must you have a genuine
No, you can use the cracked version. It doesn't
uh,
matter.
Microsoft Windows
It doesn't
to be
matter the
able to
one
do
you
all
have.
this?
It doesn't matter the one you have. Do you understand? It doesn't
Okay,
really matter. Just
okay,
have
okay.
Excel.
Yeah, okay, okay. It's all right. It's okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice day.
And you too. Do you need to have a project to apply or send a proposal for a gig? Do you need to have a project on your portfolio? I believe that's your question. I'll advise you have a project on your portfolio. So all these ones are just data that you can download from anywhere, like Kaggle, right? Analyze it and put it on your portfolio. Nobody will know that. When I first started, I downloaded like 5 data from Kaggle, and I analyzed it, create a visualization, put it on my portfolio. That was what I used to start. Do you understand? So even if you've not gotten any projects, but just download data sets from Kaggle, and also you are still going to get a project from us, right? After your class, you will get a project that you are going to do. So you can put that project too on your portfolio. You understand? So that's that. Mr. Olushola, please. And I'll take Nasir for last. Yes, it's going to come out very well. Mr. Olushola, can you go ahead? Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Oh, Madam Olushola.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, I can hear you.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Okay, so my question is, can we know the like the list of top tier regulations from
I can hardly hear you. Can you do what?
so that
Ah, you are breaking. You are breaking. Is it possible for you to call me on WhatsApp to ask your question?
we know the list of top tier? Yeah. All right. Okay.
Just call me on WhatsApp to ask your question after the class.
All right. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I did not say cargo. I said Kaggle. Kaggle. Kaggle.com. Kaggle. Kaggle.com. Kaggle. Do you understand? I did not say cargo. I said Kaggle. All right, let me take Mr. Nasir for the last. Please unmute. Mr. Nasir, please unmute.
Yeah, good day, Mr.
Good evening,
Akim.
boss. Yeah.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yeah, I can hear you. Ah, your network.
I just want
Oh
to know,
God.
will our session, are you finding it difficult to hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, my question is as regard the LSM. I would
LMS.
like more clarity. The LMS or yeah, the learning platform.
Yeah.
So how will the practical class be concurrent with the classes you are holding with us? Like tomorrow we have having a session. I know the sessions are mostly an hour session. So will the practical class will you be interchanging classes, like have a practical class today, then the next week you have a
No, we have a syllabus that we are
theoretical
going
class?
with. We have a syllabus we are going with. This is the syllabus
Okay,
we are working with. You understand? So we are starting from the monetization first. So after the monetization, then we go into practical data analysis. Do you understand?
okay,
Yeah.
okay, sir. And is it possible you share with us, sir?
Yeah, it has been dropped in the group.
Okay, okay, that's very good. Thank you. You're doing a very great job. We're
Thank you,
following and
brother.
learning at the past. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Yes, sir. All right. Think that's that for today. We are going to meet again tomorrow. You are going to be meeting Mr. Ifeoluwa tomorrow. If you don't meet Mr. Ifeoluwa, you are going to meet Misha. Either you meet me or you meet Mr. Ife tomorrow. And thank you all for showing up. I hope you all are ready and set for this class. So tie your belts very well, right? So we're going to meet again tomorrow by the special grace of God. I got work to do. Let me go and start applying. Good night and enjoy. What time tomorrow? Same time. It's the same time every day. It's the same time. The same time tomorrow. So we are going to meet again tomorrow by the special grace of God. Have a wonderful night rest and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye and good night. Bye.